my sweet dear magical friends. Welcome to another Psychic Tarot reading with me, Natalie, spelled N-A-T-A-L-E-E, as we open up another one of your downloaded messages with the tarot. Let's take a look and see what's coming through for you. Remember, all of my readings are timeless. Time is not linear, time spirals. Also, if you'd like to book a tarot reading, book a class, ask a question, anything of the sort, everything is in the links in the description box below. There will be ads, but there will be my ads. They will not be selling you laundry detergent. It will just be information about the things that I offer per my skill set. So, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to get your download. What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay. Let's do this guy. It's over here, and we've got the jump, Gone with the Wind. I knew this was going to happen. So because I put these downloads in this jar, and like as I get them, I think to myself, I was thinking to myself today, are there going to be downloads that I don't remember? And here we go. The jump, Gone with the Wind. I don't remember this. I don't remember writing this. I don't remember the energy of it. I don't remember anything about it. So I do know that when I did a little pre-meditation for you guys, that I did feel this sense of coming home. Something that feels, I mean, maybe it's a reunion. It doesn't have to be. It just felt like you're coming home. I mean, you may be getting home after a long trip or traveling or something. The jump, Gone with the Wind. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We're all taking a look at this together, I guess. And this camera is working. Monthlies are coming out for June 2022. They will have the overhead camera working. Okay. Let's start strong with Judgment. This is backwards. That is so funny. Okay. So I think you guys see it this way. Oh, that's so funny. Mercury is still retrograde at the time that I'm filming this. Okay. It's funny. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so weird now. Okay. Let me just do this for myself. Okay. For some of you, this is a second chance. This is coming back to life. Something that you thought was dead comes back to life. Something that you thought was over continues. Something that you thought was ended restarts. That'll be good to get into when we clarify. What else is going on? The jump, Gone with the Wind. Tell me more about this second chance. You have the Star and you have Temperance. These are two more major arcana energies. And this is healing. This is peace. Wait. Oh, this is bizarre. This is healing and this is peace and this is balance. This is something that just took a really long time. Okay, what she's showing me is, okay, actually, let me just tell you what it means. It's taken a really long time for like the poison or the noxious, the ill will, the bad feeling, it's just taken a long time for it to be diluted over a long period of time for it to be gone completely. So at the first, let's just say the first time or the first chance or the first go of it, or when you started this thing, it had too much of the bad, too much anger, suffering, pain, guilt, shame, suspicion, paranoia, fear, blame. It had too much of that. It had too much ego. It had too much of the noxiousness. And it's just taken a long time to slowly incorporate more of the good, incorporate more forgiveness and healing and peace and balance and love, truth, as the noxious, poisonous stuff leaves. So this kind of looks fantastic because it's put you in a position to be extremely balanced and extremely healed, so that you're actually ready for this second chance. We'll just do these three positions. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is a very solid development. This is a very physical, dense manifestation, even with the Ace, which is a seed that has to be, like anything else that you begin or that you start, whether it's a business or a family or an artistic project, it has to be nurtured. Relationships, everything has to be nurtured and upkept. And I'm getting the Saturn-Uranus square. So for someone, maybe just one of you, this has to do with the ongoing Saturn-Uranus square. It hit 3 times last year. I think it was February, June, and then December 2021. And it'll get close, it'll get pretty close in October this year of 2022. So for some of you, maybe, you know, if this message reaches the one person that it's meant to reach, I feel good about my job. So that's for, if a detail doesn't resonate, that's a Scooby snack, and that's for somebody else. Yet just remember that we can all learn from everyone's messages. So this density, this could be something that you've been trying to work. Maybe you're in couples counseling. Maybe you are starting a new job or have been. You know, it's just something that it's just taken a long time for it to get going or to get like really stable. And at some points you could have just totally, it's upside down. You could have just totally felt stuck. Like there was no progress. This is so weird. Okay. Okay. I'll put this like right here. And then the last two that popped, we have the Page of Wands and we have the Five of Cups. You might get a very visceral, almost wildly dramatic apology from someone. You might also be the one giving an apology. And when you do apologize, you are changing the level of vibration. You are using words to change things for the positive. So people that are empaths and people that are psychic and really even just very compassionate, we go to the opposite. We go too far on the other side where we take too much responsibility and we apologize for too much. And that's betraying a personal boundary with ourselves. And it's also an unhealthy ego, which is something that if you look of where your ego is and how it's being healthy and where it's not being healthy, that would be one of the things that's kind of like behind you. You just don't see it. I didn't see that for a long time. And so to own the right things and to apologize for the right things at the right times with the right people, it goes a really long way to alchemize your karma and to change the situation, transform the situation for good karma, rewards, prosperity, positivity, love, truth, happiness. So there could be something that still needs to be alchemized or done or said on someone's part, but for some of you,
I know you play your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart. How could I know if you don't need me?
where there is no apology going one way or the other. This feels very much like she's giving me Scarlett O'Hara. I got it, thank you. She re-downloaded this to me. So the jump is, okay, so if you are in an apocalyptic situation, if it's zombies, if it's aliens, if it's the pox, I don't know if you guys, okay, I'll save that for another chat. Whatever happens to be, if you're in a situation, dinosaurs, they brought back the dinosaurs, whatever it happens to be, when it hits the fan, you've got to make a decision. Are you going to stay and hide and wait for everything to kind of blow through and blow past you, or are you going to move? That's always like in every single like action movie or apocalypse, like it's always a hard decision. Like, do you stay and hide, or do you stay mobile and keep moving? That's your download, is with this, the jump, Gone with the Wind. Okay, so someone's jumping here. Someone is saying, I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna let this fire blow through. I'm not gonna let this army come through my town. I'm not going to just try and hide out in the cellar. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take my chances. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do the thing. And, you know, I don't know if anyone like saw the movie, didn't see the movie, hates the movie, whatever, but Rhett and Scarlett are kind of like two sides of the same coin, and they're just different expressions of this energy. And so, like, at one point, you know, she wants to stay for Tara, and he's like, you know, it's just a different vibe. So it's like the energy that I'm getting for you is kind of like this tenacity, where it's almost, okay, so remember, if you saw the weekly called Second Chances for the week ahead, I talk about Mars, Jupiter, and Aries, and how it's like when you take more action, there's more luck, and it can be more lucky. This energy right here feels like, as long as I make a strong decision and it's true to myself, I'll be okay. Like, everything else will work out. You've been brought to, you or someone's been brought to that kind of a point where there's already been enough loss and letting go and healing and moving on, that at one point it shows you that you're pretty resilient, that you're still alive, you made it through. And on the other hand, as far as what's left over, it's almost like, instead of just turning around to see, instead of just turning around to see, to see the cups that are still standing, to see what is salvageable for your life or for the situation, you jump into it head first. And with something like Mars, Jupiter, and Aries, okay, as a Mars and Aries native, I'll tell you that jumping in without having previously healed and taken care of things, I would say I was successful maybe 3 times out of 10. Jumped in a lot. I like to jumping in. So, but those 3 times would have been 0 if I had always just stayed put. So the perspective of, if you can take those 7 failures or losses and turn them into hilarious stories, then you got 3 slam dunks and you won 3. You made, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, let's keep going. Let's take a look. Let's use the fun one. Let's use the deck of tarot of sexual magic. Some of you, this has been some kind of opportunity that's just been so long brewing, long happening, long. You've just been really, okay. Okay, we're gonna just Mercury retrograde. All right, let's open up this judgment energy. My arms are so long. Okay. We've got the 8 of Wands and we have the 10 of Chalices. So you are going to be hearing some news. You are going to be hearing some really great news. It could be through a phone call. It could be through a voice message. It could be through anything where you're hearing something. You're actually hearing back. Of course, it could also be a text, DM, or email of the letter of the sort. But this is kind of what's going to tell you how things are going to go. Oh, I didn't even see that she's going to cut her hands all, you know, okay. Well, let's start there. Let's start with the 8 of Wands. Savoring the magic of the swallows. Pleasure in and of itself is like the essence of springtime. Savoring eroticism as a pastime allows you some breathing room. Magic of the swallows is kind of funny. It's kind of like hilarious. Okay. Pleasure in and of itself is like the essence of springtime. Savoring eroticism as a pastime allows you some breathing room. That was part of what you've been trying to learn here. You've been, you know, something that you tried to force before, or maybe you just didn't you didn't feel like you were being very forceful, but you were trying to start strong. Let's say you were just trying to start strong and trying to do the thing. And one of the elements that was missing was using your words to create either the distance or the breathing room that you needed to calibrate, because it's almost like, you know, in Gone with the Wind, or if there's war, if there's famine, if there's the zombies or the aliens or the pox or the whatever, the alarm heightens the sense of feeling like you don't have any time. And part of Mars and Aries is I just for so long just felt like I never had any time, and I finally feel like I get it. I won't digress into that, the whole time thing, but there was more that you needed to kind of advocate for yourself. You know, it's almost like if you start, let's say you only have meat once a week, or you only have 1 cigarette a week, or 1 alcoholic beverage a week, or, you know, something that you are very portion controlled about, and you start dating someone that just wants to do that all the time. All of that, the one thing that you're trying to portion, they're just to excess. They're just like full force into the thing. And it was sort of up to you to advocate for that that boundary or lay it down, ideally as soon as possible, but it's not always the case, that you need to have some space and distance away from this because you want it to taste amazing. There's a lot of classic movies and classic films that I haven't seen on purpose because I'm saving them. With the Eight of Wands, there's that second chance to maybe say something, to have a conversation, maybe to advocate for some portion control or to advocate for more savoring. It depends on where you are and what's going on. Let's take a look at the Ten of Chalices. It's good news though. It's going to make you happy. It's going to be good news. Attachment, the magic of the chalice. This I can show you. Magic of the chalice. The attachment between partners orients the relationship towards continuity, and it is necessary to form a happy family. So some of you are, if this is more relationshipy, this is orienting the relationship towards something that is more consistent or something that is more unified. It's almost like, what's that word? A battalion. It's almost like a little army that you're sort of assembling everyone together. You might be like the leader of a group of people. You might be the owner of a company. You could be the head of your family. You could be the matriarch, the patriarch. You could be the camp counselor leader. I don't know. But it's like you come through, like there's this moment that comes in. Let's say that, whether it's a realization, whether it's a phone call or an email, and it's like you know what to do now. You could have just been alarmed before and trying to make the best decisions with like what you had in the moment, but you know, you might have just made some mistakes or missed some opportunities or something, and like that's life. So, you know, this chance that comes around again, it's like you're oriented towards strength and unity. It's like when King Leonidas says that every soldier has to be able to from, what does he say, from chest to thigh, F-E-R-T, like whatever he says to him, it's like there cannot be. That's actually where I got that from when I told my employer I'm only as fast as your slowest machine. I actually got that from 300 because that's what he says. He's like, we're only as strong as our weakest link. We're only as protected as our weakest flailing. Is that what it's called? Flailing? I don't know. But it's like that's, you're coming through, some leaders coming through to sort of just like make a correction here.
I know you play your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart. How could I know?
Let's take a look at the Star and the Temperance. That's like a healing well earned. Oh, okay. You can see it, it's okay. Just for a moment there, it looked a little bit. It's the Five of Swords. It's a butt crack picture. Oh, interesting. I'm never really drawn to the hips in this, to his hips, but I kind of am. This body language says, this is such a great deck for body language. We had body language class in May and it was fantastic. It was wonderful and I am just really, really excited about it. I will be layering in astrology into the Knights tier and above. So you're still gonna get astrology stuff and fun things and, you know, extra special downloads and like digital downloads. And so that's kind of where I'm moving that, but it just won't be like a monthly class. That monthly class for Emperors and Empresses and above is replaced with the body language class. And so, okay. So the Five of Swords in this deck is of course going to be different, but just taking the snapshot of this here, it's exactly what it's just reaffirming what I said with the draw. It's been a slow draw of the poison that's been keeping this from being successful. And the Five of Swords, it's selfishness, greed, it's fear, it's I'm gonna cut you down so that I can get ahead. It's very fear-based. It's also mental aberration. It's, for me, the Five of Swords is like paranoia and fear and lies and acting on that energy and hurting people, hurting yourself. And so that's the poison that's been a slow draw in the situation. Shaking things up. Magic of the purple flowers. You must overcome the fear of judgments, shame, and a sense of inadequacy. You must give yourself a good shake and take some risks. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're just shaking. You know, maybe they're just like shaking. Boop. So this is saying to shake it up a little bit, but that movement is really necessary for things to shake loose and like leave and fall and like exit the it's what I say before about just life and things changing, how it doesn't change when everything is locked in and solid. Things change when that gets broken up and everything gets up in the air, and that's when innovations and new things and new solutions kind of can come through, because there's a need for it. There's a need for an adaptation, because otherwise you don't fix it if it's not broken. You don't fix it if it's working great. You don't change things if things are working. The thing is that things weren't always working great for everybody. The Five of Swords. Shaking things up. Overcoming what I said before, the fear of judgments, shame, and a sense of inadequacy. A lot of fear here. You know, this just wasn't ready. Like the people involved just weren't ready. And it can be kind of jarring when something great comes in. You almost don't believe it and you almost don't trust it. Too good to be true. There's got to be a catch. There's got to be something wrong. There's, you know, and as humans, we're designed to constantly scan for danger. The human instinct and the human intuition are two sides of the same coin. It's just that instinct is very primal, very, just doesn't want anything to change because it's just trying to keep you alive, like breathing and seeing and like no injury, you know. So it's taken a while to draw that all out, and it could have needed, so the things that have been shaken up in your life that you felt were maybe losses, that you felt were detrimental to you, that you felt were, you know, whatever that happens to be, it was necessary so that things could change, and that's where the leveling up happens. Let's take a look at the Page of Wands. This is more news, more, this could be a very impassioned apology or some kind of impassioned putting it all on the line, putting yourself out there. Very creative. This is like you get an actor going in that just puts their soul on the floor and leaves it there when they walk out of the room. This could be that kind of display that's visible. You can actually see the things that someone has been feeling and thinking and going through. You could see that visibly. You could hear that audibly in what they're saying. You could feel the extent either of their sorrow, of how sorry they are, and really believe that, or you can understand where they're coming from when they discuss this long ongoing burden or this long ongoing frustration. Let's take a look. Page of Wands. Oh, that was so fast. Okay. We have the Six of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the World. Let's start here. Back muscles. There's a lot. There's that one scene in 300 where it's like in the beginning where the dude opens the doors and you see his back muscles and it's like, oh my God. Like, look how many. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm not even gonna count. It's not what we're here for. Okay. So, Six of Wands, the Ten of Swords. She's pitching herself and she's crying about it. Okay. Let's start with the Six of Wands. Touching. The magic of the hare and the dove. Growing closer, growing apart. Deluding, confirming. Every game of pleasure must end and doubts must be dispelled. This is very public. This is almost like the truth of, I feel, it feels like the truth of attention. Like you can't fake a response. You can't, you know, like if you're in a room with someone they have a lot of sexual tension with, you feel it like so strongly. When you are holding hands or touching someone that there's just no sexual chemistry with, you can't fake that. You can't force that. It doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. I'm just saying, like, just there's something going to be very part of the discussion. If there's no chemistry with the star of Aquaman, editing can only go so far. And human people, non-actors that are not making films, they don't have that. You don't have that at your job. An editor to come in and like make it look great. You don't have, you know, in your marriage or in your relationship with your kids, you don't have that to go back in and put in the bond, edit in the chemistry, edit in the trust. You know, you have to live it and it has to be real. And so that could be coming up, like reconciling that, you know what, this director is like milk toast. They're just not giving us anything exciting. Or this actor is milk toast. There's just nothing happening when they're on camera. Or these two actors, this is just an example, but you know, these two actors, there's no chemistry. Like they're not, there's no spark, there's no, you know. So, but it's just apply that to whatever is happening with you. And you know what? Rhett and Scarlett both have their own spark. Like they both have their own, he's like, I'm not hanging around here. She's like, I'm not leaving Tara. You know, it's like you just, that jump, like you can't fake that. You can't. Otherwise, that's when you really get hurt. That's when you jump off the diving board when your heart's not in it and you're not really committed to it, and then you break your freaking elbow or something, and you belly flop, or you know, it's when you are driving, you cannot lose your will. You cannot lose your conviction. I don't even know what to call it. You can't lose it in the last moment because you will make some kind of error. And you know what I'm saying? Like you have to follow through. And you can't fake the inspiration. You can't fake the motivation. Perhaps previously, fear of judgments. What are other people going to think? Fear of failure, fear of whatever. That anger, that pain, that hurt, shame, guilt, the lies, the paranoia, that used to be your motivation or someone else in the situation. And that's why it took a long time to just sort of draw that out and really replace it with energy that is honest and truthful and trustworthy. Love, truth, integrity. So This could all be happening with someone or with you very privately, like all of this. And then like this one last position over here could be that you or someone really communicates it. Like there could be a big communication here, and then it has this effect where then you are telling other people. You get a promotion at work and you've got to move, and so you got to tell the person you're dating, I'm moving, you know, is this, you know, so let's take a look at the Ten of Swords. This is the, why does it look, oh, I've been keeping it, see, okay. Oh, sorry, the table's a little bit messy today. Okay, Ten of Swords. Squeezing, the magic of the tears. Even pain can be transformed into power. You mustn't flee from emotions, but rather use them to find the true essence of our desires. This feels like denial for me. It's over here. Feels like denial. It's going to be part of the Five of Cups, the pain. Depending on like who's involved and what's going on, someone might be like hyper focused on how horrible something feels. It depends on everyone's unique situation. All right, let's take a look at the World, where she's like this entirely scrumptious platter of ness, and he's like, ah. Okay. World. Gratification, magic, intimacy. Touch ensures continuity, a gratifying and complete relationship, peace and lasting happiness, a serene family. So again, this tribe, this group, this battalion type of like mentality, this teamwork energy, it's taken a long time to get it to here. But you get there. That's the important part, is that you commit to that feeling that you want. I want all of us to trust each other and uplift each other and be there for each other, and all of us to win and everyone to succeed, everyone to be happy. And then releasing like the fears and competition and anger or resentments or like whatever happens to be, to really be there for one another. And that also includes forgiveness. That also includes understanding, because no human that is alive is here in perfection. We are all here to learn something about being human and being ourselves with other people in this world, in this life. So this World energy, this is wrapping up such a freaking long, like you literally have Judgment, the World, Temperance, the Star. Like this has been a very long time coming, and you've earned it. You deserve it. Don't be afraid of the truth. Don't be afraid of your own truth. Don't be afraid of your own truth, because it's coming in so strong for you. And you know what? If you're with someone and your instinct is to stay and theirs is to leave and stay mobile, or their instinct is to stay and your guidance is to freaking get out of Dodge, like that's what this is too, like reconciling that and letting everyone be who they are. Take a look at your Divine Feather. Is there any additional guidance? You got a lot of guidance. Start with the bottom of the deck. Ducky, find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. Wait, there we go. You have support all around you. And you've got a bunch of other little birdies. You have the robin. New growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. So for some of you, if the growth has been really difficult, it's because of the long draw. The long draw to get to your own like purity, the purity of the situation, pure answers. Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. That highlights, that underlines, emboldens, italicizes this star energy. The total authenticity, who you are without the pain, who you are without the trauma, who you are without like fear. Because all of that isn't, the winning in life is despite and because of all of that. It's that you didn't let trauma and mistakes and shame to decide who you were and decide how life is going to go, how life is going to be. So you're ready to be in the world in some way, shape, or it's like, so after all of this, it's like you're ready to be in the world in a new way, in a whole 2.0 version of yourself. Hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. Something to look forward to. And the Condor. Hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Perfect. Perfect closing energy guidance for this message for you. The highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. This is like the last one. This is going to just be the bow on top. Okay. Wow. Okay, my loves, that was big, and there's no date on this one, so I don't know when this came through. Sometime in May, end of April, May 2022. I love you guys. Take really good care. Until next, wait, what day is this going to be for? This is going to be, okay, and so until, if you'd like to know when I am live streaming, when I upload another download tarot message for you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you know when it happens. I love you guys. Take really good care. And until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.
Suddenly